Hello friends, here is the fifth part of biogeochemical cycling. Today we going to learn about one of specific cycle which is sulfur cycle, which is the also a gaseous component like carbon nitrogen cycle. Sulfur is also a gaseous component. So in a reduced form, sulfur is hydrogen sulfide, whereas SH is a organic matter which having -2 redox potential. Then further oxidized form, hydrogen sulfide is going to convert into sulfur, then thiosulfate, then sulfide which having +4 redox potential. Then finally it's going to be fully oxidized form of sulfate which having +6 redox potential. So we learn about the sulfur cycle. So as we know that it's a gaseous component, so it's a similar to carbon and nitrogen cycle. It's also having oxidation and reduction process. The sulfur cycle is very much similar to the nitrogen cycle. So let's move towards the sulfur cycle. First we going to be understand how the cycle is going to be occur. Okay, so in the sulfur cycle, sulfate is fully oxidized form. So, the organic sulfur or sulfur containing amino acid which present in the surrounding is going to be mineralized by microorganism and converted into H2S gas. Then the H2S gas is a fully oxidized form of sulfur element. So it's going to be oxidized sulfide oxidation. H2S serve as an electron donor by photo or chemolithography with the help of aerobic organism and some of anaerobic organism. Also it's going to be convert into sulfate. Then sulfur oxidization, it's going to be continue by conversion of S2O3 minus 2 which is thiosulfate, then convert into SO4 minus 2. Again it's going to be disulfide, or also called a reduction process, dissimilary of sulfate reduction with the help of desulfovibrio bacteria or another bacteria such as Clostridium aeromonas. It's going to be reduced into the fully reduced form of H2S gas. So the oxidized sulfur is again going to reduce through dissimilary sulfate reduction process, where SO4 minus 2 serve as a terminal electron acceptor which convert SO4 minus 2 into H2S gas. Otherwise it's going to be asymmetry of sulfate reduction, where SO4 minus 2 also serve as sulfur source. With the help of bacteria, reduction or reductive process occur, then it's going to convert into organic sulfur and again the mineralization process occur. This way the sulfur cycle is going to be continue with some aerobic and anaerobic bacteria such as thiobacillus and anaerobic bacteria chlorobium or chloromaticum. Okay, sulfur is very simpler cycle if you understand nitrogen cycle betterly, then it's very easy to remember sulfur cycle, how it's going to occur, how organic sulfur uh, mineralize and form H2S gas, then it's going to be oxidized in a three different ways, and then it's also assimilation of sulfate reduction and dissimilation of sulfate reduction with the help of some bacterial species and some photochemolithotrophy process. So microorganisms contribute greatly to the sulfur cycle. A simplified version as shown in the figure which we discussed. The sulfur cycle is similar to nitrogen cycle in that depending on oxidation state of the sulfur species, it can serve as an electron acceptor and electron donor or both. So if it accept electron, so it's going for the process of oxidation. If it donate electron, so it's going to a process of reduction. So sulfate, the fully oxidized species, is reduced by plant and microbes for use in amino acid and protein biosynthesis. This is described as assimilatory sulfate reduction. By contrast, when sulfate diffuses into anoxic habitat, it provides opportunity for microbial dissimilatory sulfate reduction. Here, sulfate serves as a terminal electron acceptor during anaerobic respiration by variety of microbes including delta proteobacteria such as D. sulfovibrio and D. sulfonema species and archaea belonging to the genus Archaeoglobus. This result in sulfate accumulation. So sulfide is going to be accumulated by this process with the help of bacterial species. Sulfide can then serve as an electron source for anoxic photosynthesis microorganism and chemolithotropes including members of phylum Chlorobi and the genus Thiobacillus respectively. These microbes convert sulfide to elemental sulfur and sulfate. Other microorganisms have been found to carry out dissimilatory elemental sulfur reduction. These include members of the genus Disulfomonas, thermophilic archaea, and cyanobacteria in the hypersaline sediment. Sulfide is another critical intermediate that can be reduced to sulfide by a variety of microorganisms, including members of genera Ultramonas and Clostridium, as well as Disulfovibrio and Disulfotomaculum. Although Disulfovibrio are usually considered obligate anaerobes, research has shown that at least some species also respire using oxygen under hypoxic condition. So dissolved oxygen is used which level is 0.04 percentage. Then DMSP, dimethyl sulfonipropionate, is an important organic component of sulfur cycle. It is produced by phytoplankton as an osmolytes. When these cells lyse, DMSP become available to bacteria phytoplankton, which is floating bacteria on the ocean surface, to use as the sulfur or and carbon source. In this process, it metabolizes to DMS and released into the atmosphere. This DMS is rapidly converted into variety of sulfur components that serve as nuclei for water droplet formation, contributing to the formation of clouds. Because cloud help keep the earth's surface cool, it is hypothesized that increased DMS production could help mitigate the effect of global climate change. So you know that the sulfur cycle is very important for the cloud formation also and maintaining the earth surface cool. So here is all about the sulfur cycle, which is very similar to nitrogen cycle. I hope all you get about the sulfur cycle very well. Thank you so much.